Okay, hey guys, good afternoon. Okay, so this is gonna be a demonstration on how I built the RAG AI. So I'm just gonna go through the important stuff, and then quickly we're gonna see how it works in real time. So for this demonstration, I'm using a MySQL database. So I know we're using different database. We use Mongo and a Cloudflare database. But for this demonstration, since I'm using my local machine, I'm just gonna use MySQL. So 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 I'm gonna push the final repository later on, end of the day. So I'm just gonna touch
It's
base.
11 o'clock.
I'm just gonna touch base two important files here. So this is the main file, the basic one, and then we now have this new file which is called Victor my_mysql.python. So this is basically the file, guys, that connects to the database. You can see here on the number one that it connects to the database. This is my local credentials and then the name of the database. And then the database, guys, by the way, is the database from the booking websites. This is a fairly old database around 2022 because I cannot use our latest database for now. So this is what I got. And then if we go here on the database, sorry, on the file, I'm just gonna quickly explain. What it does is after it connects to the database, it query the database right away, and then after it query the database, it embeds and it basically convert into Victor files, and then it saves on the local database, which is Victor database. And then all the data is here. You can see it in index. So this is now the Victor database. So to make it in simple terms, what it does is if I go here, after the AI is running, it basically get the data from the database right away, and then what it does, it converts into Victor database. And so when we're using and then by the time our customers will be asking question, it's not gonna read data right away it's not gonna read data all the time on the database, but instead it's gonna read data on the stored Victor database. That's why by the time we have a new data set, data sets, like what we do in the other AI, we keep feeding it with the new data sets. We keep feeding every week of new data set. That's because it basically try to render it again and then convert it into Victor file. So let's now try. I'm gonna run it now. So I'm using Python 3, and then so you can ignore this, guys. These are just warning. It's not gonna kill us, but I'll be cleaning this up later on. So we can ask like, who is the top customer? So this is a test database, so it's gonna show me as the top tester because our QA team is using my name and my email for testing. So that's why it's gonna show me as the top customer. So as you can see, based on the provided content, it's up here, Vandal Reyes. So it's me who has, it has multiple bookings. And then, so yeah, and then I could ask more questions like, when was his last booking? So the idea here is for our mobile apps, our websites, we're gonna integrate this into our applications, and users could ask the AI their information, like what excursion I did last 2021, last 2018, and then AI will have the answer. So when I asked when was his last booking, he told me it was May 7, 2022. And then obviously it speaks properly because we're using Olama for this. And then, so by the way, the requirements is in here on the requirements.txt. So we were obviously using Olama. And then I've now just added the MySQL connector for Python. So yeah, and then I could ask, let's say, how much did he pay? So one of the customers already mentioned this last week, and then if you know it's because they're seeing this a lot in different applications, and then they have AI. So we'll try to complete this week, and then we'll try to release it the week after. So users now can have an AI for their own. So when I asked how much did he pay, I basically paid 428.5 euro. So so that's it. It's perfectly working now, guys. This is still on phase one and on MVP. So I'll try to complete it by tonight, and then once it's done, tomorrow we're gonna move it to the middleware so we can create some APIs, and then the front end and the design is all ready, and it's just a matter of integrations, and then we're there. Okay, so if you have any questions, guys, just you can leave the question in the comments, and then so the other developers can see it, and then or you can just message me directly on Teams. Okay, thank you guys, and speak later.